Hi, welcome back to Mouse People. My name is Maria, and I'm so happy that you joined me today. Please consider subscribing to this channel, and I am happy to be bringing you all different Disney content, from hauls to bags to jewelry to pins, and today's topic, which is going to be buttons. So grab a hot tea and let's take a look at what we're doing. Okay, so I know many of you have gotten buttons, which are a little bit different from pins. So pins have the straight back and the cute little rubber Mickey back. And today I'm actually talking about buttons. Buttons are these cute little things like this Mickey button. And the back of it has a straight pin and hooks into the back. So what do you do with these? It is good to have them on backpacks, or you could wear them on a lanyard or a coat or something like that. But we've done something a little different here at Mouse People with our buttons. We have converted them into magnets. But then what do you do with magnets? Because we don't put magnets on the front of our fridge. We have a clean looking fridge for the most part, except for some things on the side. But we do like to display our magnets. So I looked and wasn't able to find just what I wanted. So we decided to make our own. And this is what I came up with. So this is a magnet board. And I'm going to show you how to convert your buttons to magnets today, and also how to make your own magnet board. All right, here's another sample of a finished button magnet board. And this one, as you can see, is many of the buttons that are from the Disney parks. For example, on my first visit as an adult, got this awesome first visit pin. And now, ta-da! It is a magnet. And very nicely, you can display them and hang them up. I use those good old command strips and display them in our house. So let me go over some of the things that you will need for this project. Okay, so the supplies that we need, to start with, you're gonna need a metal that is a magnet or allows magnets to stick to it. I got this metal sheet, and this is a 12 by 12 metal sheet, and magnets do stick to it. You can see I have my Disney Vacation Club magnet, and sticks right on there. So whatever size your metal piece is the size that you will want to get for your frame. But let me open this up and I'll show you what it looks like. So it's just a thin sheet of metal, which we are going to insert into our picture frame. So since this metal sheet is 12 by 12, that's the size of the picture frame that I chose. Oh, also, the galvanized metal sheet, I purchased at Hobby Lobby. I did use a 40% off coupon, and with the coupon, it was $4.20, so pretty reasonable. For the frame, I picked this frame out from Joann Fabrics. I used a 40% off coupon for this one, and so the total price with the coupon came to $7.50. I chose this because I just wanted something simple, and it also has a little bit of depth in it, which I thought looked nice once I added the metal. And also, they have them in black and in white. This is what I've used for my previous ones, so I feel like that worked well. Another item that you'll need for your project is just cardboard. I have a couple pieces of 12 by 12 cardboard that are cut out. You are going to want your actual buttons that you want to convert into magnets. I just use super glue, and I'm sure that you could use hot glue or Gorilla Glue or different types of glue. I just have used the super glue, felt like it worked easily. I didn't have to let anything heat up, and that worked well for us. I purchased these little magnets. They did have them at the craft stores, but because I wanted to get such a larger quantity, I did purchase them through Amazon and got a whole package of them. And I decided to use a magnet that was thick enough that it would go over the hump of the button, so that it wasn't too recessed in there, and avoid allowing it to stick to the metal or to magnet to the metal. So the other item that I do use is I have a couple of little tools. One is a cutter, kind of is like a little metal cutter, and the other one is just a set of like needle nose pliers, and that helps me take the pin part out so that I can put the magnet part on without having that pin in the way. So let me give you a close-up and show you how I do it. Okay, should we see how we are going to convert our buttons into magnets? So if you turn the button over, I take this sharp point and I just kind of bend it up and out of the way. And then I take the needle nose pliers, and what I like to do is just grab this here and kind of pull it up just a little bit away from the button, so it's kind of pulled out of the way a little bit. Next up, I take these will cut wire and get them right under there at the base, and I'm gonna turn it over so it doesn't pop up and hit us here. Okay, now with that piece cut off, then I can take my needle nose pliers again, grab onto this end and just gently pull and wiggle, and the pin piece comes out. Okay, so these you'll just want to throw in the trash. We're done with that. So the button is now blank on the back, and now you have a flat surface to adhere the magnet. Okay. On the larger buttons from Walt Disney World, they are a lot easier to take the actual pin piece off. You can use a pair of pliers, needle nose pliers, and if you just kind of wiggle it up and down, it pops out from under there. They're almost like just little pieces that they slide up under there on. So now you'll have a smooth surface to adhere your magnet, and you won't have the lumpy pin piece in the way. Okay, so if you need to see that again, I just pull up the sharp pin point out of the way. Using the cutters, I just kind of pull it up out of the way a little bit, clip it, make sure it doesn't pop out at you with that sharp point. Okay, using the plier part, grab and kind of wiggle, pull, set that aside, and again, now you're all set. Okay, let me grab the super glue, and I just use these magnets that are from Amazon, and I'm using a little bit of super glue. I just put a squirt of super glue on there. Hold the pin down because it likes to adhere to there. Just kind of push and wiggle that magnet on there and let it dry for a few minutes. Okay, so pretty easy. Just put a touch of glue. You don't need much to adhere it. And put your magnet on there. Wiggle it to kind of push it onto place and let it dry. The large buttons, very similar. I try to put the magnet towards the top. That way the magnet stays right side up when you put it on your magnet board. So you just glue it on there and it will stay right side up if the magnet is at the top. Okay, let's see how to put the board together. Okay, so we now have our buttons into magnets and we are ready to have a display board. So we're going to start with using our frame. So the first thing to do with our frame is to take it apart. So with this particular frame, I'm going to bend these little doohickeys back. A lot of times I use a flathead screwdriver to do this so that you don't gouge your finger, bend your nail back. But anyways, this one came apart pretty easily. So I'm going to take the backing board and set it aside. I'm also going to take that paper and set it aside. This particular frame from Joann Fabrics has like a spacer piece in it. I'm gonna set that aside. And the glass. Just be careful with the glass. You don't want it to break or cut yourself. And set that aside. So now I have taken my galvanized metal and we are ready to simply insert it into the 12 by 12 frame. And it is a perfect fit. But wait, there's more. So now what? We need to make sure that we have enough space between here and the backing so that it holds in. So you could put the little frame piece back in, but then it doesn't give enough, it's too like flimsy. So I'm not going to use that. Instead, I have some cardboard pieces that I have cut, and I'm just going to set one cardboard piece in and another cardboard piece in, and so on until you get the right depth. When you have the right depth for your frame, then you can put the back on, you can secure the little pieces, and you are good to go. If you do not want to do that, another option is, and what I have done on these, is I just used enough cardboard to go all the way to the top, and then I actually hot glued it together. So that's another option as well, depending on what type of frame you use. But for this particular one, the little pieces will hold that in and hold it tight against the front of the frame. So now the frame is completed with the metal, and you are all set to display your magnets and have a new collection. So now you have an excuse to purchase these adorable little buttons that you see, and now you have a way to display all of your special Disney magnets. All right, so we found a way to display buttons. Originally, when I wanted to collect and have a few of these colorful happy buttons, I tried using them on like a pin board, and I would try to organize them in nice little patterns, and it never worked out because they were always angled funny, or the pins, and I would come and look at them later in the day and they'd be twisting, and it just wasn't working out quite right. I never could get it quite the right depth, and it was frustrating me. So that's when I decided to turn them into magnets. And so here we go. We have our new magnet board that we just put together. I feel like it's pretty easy and inexpensive, and I really like the way that I can display different types of magnets all together. I also have my Disney conservation buttons that are now magnets, and those can be displayed with my pass holder, some of the little collector buttons from the parks, and also from Box Lunch. And it just kind of looks classier on your wall, and it's a great way to remember those special events if you have the big buttons from Walt Disney World or Disneyland. So I feel like it's pretty straightforward. It's not a very messy way to go, and then you have a nice little display and can use your magnets in a variety of ways. So I'm really glad that you joined me today, and let me know in the comments down below if you collect buttons or if you collect magnets from the parks, and if you do, how you display them. And I'm so glad that you joined me today, and I look forward to our next Disney topic coming soon. In the meantime, please remember to subscribe so you don't miss, and you can hit the little bell. It will notify you when I upload a new vlog. And in the meantime, please smile and have a great week. Do yourself. Okay, let's cut that. Well, today, okay, I want you to stop it again. Yourself. Maybe I didn't get that one close enough to the bottom. All right. Sure, this is easy, right? And originally when I had